Alright, hello, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the SC2 Improved stream. How is everyone doing? Hope you're ready for an evening of SC2 Improved Team League action as we are going into Team MiA versus Against All Authority. We're going to be heading to our first game of this best of 7 all kill in just a few moments time, as Cheese King will be going up against Etty Druid in a PvZ to get things going here today. So how's everyone doing? Hope you're all doing pretty well. It's been a fairly busy day for me, so been busy. After this, I'm hoping to get some admin work done, get the Liquipedias updated, because I've been chasing, the last couple of days I've been chasing down a lot of missing scores, but I seem to have the majority of them now, so it looks as though we will be able to just looks as though we will have that fully updated in the very near future, and so on and so on and so on. So Liquipedia should be updated very soon, and just going to be catching up on a bunch of other stuff that I need to get done tonight, as we are in our lobby. It will be Overgrowth for this first PvZ, this first map of the day here between MiA and Against All Authority. Currently Against All Authority sitting in 2-1 scoreline in the group. They have victories so far over Punchline and a victory over and I literally just looked at this like not 5 minutes ago. They lost to they lost to Mistral, they beat Punchline, and they also beat Duravacapsa. So that is Against All Authority. They did lose again. Sorry, they haven't played against Team Gravity yet, so that's actually a postponed match right now. Whereas MiA, they're actually sitting at a 1-3 scoreline. Yes, they are, and they've actually lost against Red Bloods. I remember them losing against. I think that was week 1. They lost against 80. No, they didn't lose against 80 game yet, did they? No, they lost against APSC2 That was actually a very close series. And they also lost against Cascade, but they did get a free win over StarTale last week when StarTale did not show up. So we're just waiting for Etty Druid to ready up here, and once he's readied up, we should be all set to go into this first map of the evening. Again, guys, how are you all doing? Let us know in the chat who you are supporting here tonight. It's always good when we get some chat, just some of the chatters talking. So yeah, let's hear predictions, let's hear everything else, because we are loading up into this first game, Cheese King versus Etty Druid, to get things started, and we will be heading into this PvZ on Overgrowth in a few moments time once our loading bars are all completed and all done with. So again, guys, get in the chat, let us know who you're supporting here tonight, let us know who you want to see taking the victory, and we'll be going into this game in just a few moments time as Cheese King and Etty Druid finish loading up. Come on, there we go. Hooray, we got in game. Hooray, victory. Woohoo. Alright, let's just go straight in game then and not waste any more time introducing our players here who are going to be starting off this best of 7 clan war. A very important clan war for actually both these teams, I would say. I mean, MiA really looking to stop dropping further and further behind in the table, whereas Against All Authority, they want to be able to be taking these matches against the teams who are looking weaker, simply because they want to be making a strong bid for the playoffs for a second season in a row. So let's see how it's going to start out here in the lower left hand corner. The yellow Protoss player from Team MiA, it's Cheese King. He is going up against the pink Zerg player in the upper right hand corner, who's representing Against All Authority. Again, round of 8 team in the second season of the SC2 Improved Team League, this season being our 3rd season. So very strong team. Let's see how they do here. It's Etty Druid, the pink Zerg player, to start them off in the upper right hand corner of Overgrowth. His first overlord starting to get across the map here, and we're starting to get into this PvZ and going to start seeing what exciting action is coming our way. Guys, again, do let us know what's up in the chat. Do let us know how you're feeling, who you're supporting, who you're cheering for. It's always good to see people talking and stuff, otherwise I just feel as though I'm talking to a blank canvas. I guess talking to a blank canvas isn't that bad. I should say, I guess it's more like talking to a brick wall, isn't it? But talking to a blank canvas, I think I've got my sayings a little bit mixed up there. Hatchery first comes down here for Druid to start things off in the CVP. At the same time, Nexus first will come down for Cheese King. So both these guys are just going to open in a very standard and economically focused way to begin this game. Spawn pool now on the way down for Druid as a Forge comes down for Cheese King. And again, both these guys just open with very standard builds, just trying to cut a little corner or two by going Nexus and Hatchery first. Of course, it's a slight risk on either side, but it will pay off for both of them here. And just a couple of moments, Druid will be confirming that this is a Forge expand, and we'll see it's a Nexus first as well. So getting all the information he can at this stage of the game, and we'll now start to position this Overlord in such a way to come in and scout a little bit later in the game. Could even, if you want to head over here and get ready to scout in towards the main later on. He's got plenty of time to cross over if you would like to, but kind of surprised his second Overlord didn't actually head over in that direction. So third hatchery coming down nice and quickly from Druid. A very standard response to the Forge fast expand. Nothing too crazy about that. So yeah, nothing too crazy about that at all. And Drone's going to start nibbling away at a few of these minerals that they're natural. And yeah, Druid's just going to be starting up his queens now that he's got that third hatchery on the way. He's going to be getting into maybe a couple of lings just if he feels he needs them, but probably doesn't feel he needs them at all, because I mean, what's going to be coming across the map in any kind of, anytime soon? Absolutely nothing. He's got an Overlord here to spot if anything is leaving the base, so he's all good right now. Azella on the way, probably just to wall off more than anything else. I mean, he could get aggressive with it if he wants and send it across the map, but it's very unlikely that will be what he truly decides to do. I mean, he could if he really wants to, but let's just wait and see. I mean, off of a Forge expand, it's just not really that effective. So he does spot the third hatchery here, so Cheese King does immediately know exactly what his opponent is up to. He knows it's free hatchery play, and his opponent's going to be playing for a bit of a longer game here. Nothing too crazy going to be coming down from the Zerg to start things off in the series. So Druid just continuing to inject in his main base. Will be injecting his natural time as well. He's got Queen over at the third base now as well, actually. So I mean, everything's just getting set up all nicely for him as Larvas keep on popping. A couple of lings on the way out now. Still no gas, and that gas should be coming down in the next 10 seconds or so, unless he really wants to play this out as kind of a mass queen opening and not take his gas until kind of 6:30 to 7 minutes. And really delay that as long as he can. All 4 gases are being taken by Cheese King, who's actually just going to go into a double Stargate. Alright, well, this is really interesting. Now I wonder if he decides to go for something a little bit crazy here and maybe just goes for double Oracle and tries to get a ton of Oracles. I mean, he obviously can just go Phoenix and then straight into Void Rays. But imagine he just goes double Oracle into Phoenix. I mean, 2 Oracles, they could get a lot of damage done, especially if Druid isn't prepared against with Sword Crawlers, etc. So let's see what happens here. We still see him just droning up. He's adding on a Rotron right now and just getting set to go on. Go on with the game basically. This couple of Stargates are about to finish here. So let's see what Cheese King will get out of them. Whether it'll just be Phoenix, whether it is going to be something crazy like Oracles, and it's actually going to be Void Rays. Right, okay, well, that's not what I was expecting in the slightest here. So there's going to be a lot of Void Rays on the way out of Cheese King, and I mean, this could really catch Druid off guard again. It's going to come down to the scouting, but honestly, I mean, what can he scout? The Overlord here is in the natural. It can't make its way across to the main base, and there's no Overlord near the main base, from the north side to come in and get anything here. Third base comes down actually for Cheese King, so Cheese King is just going to be taking this third base as safely as he can. I mean, it's going to be very safe, in fact, considering he will have 2 Void Rays, which are going to be, pretty much untouchable. So a couple of lings do get turned away, and these 2 lings will group up with the rest of the units which are popping out. He actually decided not to move across the map with these roaches. Doesn't know exactly what he's up against, doesn't want to lose them to anything, and we'll just leave this third base unpunished for now. So another cannon comes down. He's adding on a little bit more of a wall here, and Cheese King will get up to this free base kind of unhindered. I mean, a bit of an interesting place to take the third base, right? To take it in this kind of more forward location rather than this setback spot, which arguably people would say is a little bit easier to take. I'd have to imagine it's something to do with the composition he's playing here, with the masses of Void Rays. It just feels that this is a better place to take his third. So he is about to move out with 4 Void Rays here, and there isn't anything other really than just Spore Crawlers to defend right now, and there's only very few Spore Crawlers, so 4 Void Rays can actually do a ton of damage, and they are starting to head across the map now. How soon will they be spotted? Because I don't think one of them might just sneak past here for a slight second there, but was Etidrude paying attention? I'm not sure if he was, as a queen is about to be the first to be greeted by these Void Rays. So 4 Void Rays coming in here, and this is going to be a little bit of a difficult hold. And in fact, this third base is under a lot of trouble. Prismatic alignment used straight away. Queens turning around and realizing they have to try and come help this. Mothership Core being targeted initially to try and get rid of the recall ability. Then they decide to just go for the Void Rays instead. But Etidrude, he loses his third hatchery, he loses his queen as well. But now a counter attack coming in. 3 cannons are up, and the Void Rays recall. And that should be more than enough to hold on to this third base here. So what a great opening by Cheese King, getting himself an advantage. He's got a base up. He's got himself a base up now, and recalls home before any real damage is even taken in the game. Note that he hasn't got Warp Gate here, so he really is relying purely on Void Rays right now. So Hydra Den on the way. His style of play is really going to rely on putting his opponent behind and keeping him behind, because once Hydra's come out, I mean, what's he got to back up these Void Rays? Honestly, not too much at all. There's a lot of Lings, a lot of Roaches here. Queen's starting to move across the map as well. I mean, it's not quite enough. Maybe he should send these... I mean, you can see what he wants to do. He wants to hold this base in such a way that he can just hold this base by watching over the tower and seeing anything coming towards him. So he's a little bit scared to actually send his Void Rays out on another mission. The Mothership is actually morphing into a Mothership now from the Mothership Core, and turns around. He will actually try and fight these Queens here. When he turns away just before you get to that queen for the energy. So I think that's a little bit of a mistake. He actually just realizes he needs to come and help out against the Roaches and Lings, which are starting to hit against these cannons. 4 cannons in total. These Void Rays helping out so much, as the units are all going to start splitting up now, but it's just not really going to achieve much. And these Void Rays will hunt down them Roaches, and if they even want to, I mean, they can probably go back for these queens, which you know, they've already used a fair amount of their energy transfusing, so they're not the healthiest of queens right now as the creep continues to spread in multiple directions on the map. These Void Rays still being left at home, being very defensive with these as more Stargates are added on. An Infestation Pit coming down, and Hydralisks are coming out as well right now. So Cheese King, he is he's going to be going up against basically a pure anti-Void Ray army. I mean, Fungal Growths to lock them down, and the Hydralisks to really deal out that damage. But realistically, I mean, you know, once you get against that army, is he actually going to be able to deal with it? I mean, it's kind of hard to say. It depends how well the Fungals land. It depends how well he controls the Void Rays. He's going into Carriers now as well, so he's transitioning out of just the kind of mass Void Ray. He's going to be going into Carriers as well. And yeah, Carriers are a little bit more effective, but can still be pretty weak against kind of Green Hydra Infester, which is the composition Etidrude is heading towards right now. Etidrude's kind of moving around a little bit with these Hydras and Queens at the third base. He starts to take a 4th base of his own, as Cheese King has dropped his own 4th base. So Cheese King actually really nice position in terms of economy. He's 73 probes against only 58 drones. If anything here, I think Etidrude could probably do if, you know, adding on another 20 drones, just so he has a ton of banks building up for himself, so that he can remax and just keep on fighting. More queens continuing to pop out, continuous production of these queens and Hydralisks. Infestors are joining the army as well. Pathogen Gland's not quite finished just yet, as Etidrude should probably benefit from pushing his creep a little bit further as well. I mean, if he could, the further he gets it out on the map here, the faster he can come in towards these Void Rays. Now, Cheese King, does he see this army? No, he does not. So he's got no idea this army is, is where it is. These Infestors are behind these Hydralisks, and this is going to be very difficult to hold on to. Now, there is the Mothership here, and that could make the difference, of course, though. Fungal Groves can, give that detection too, and these Void Rays are all stacked up. And now they're going to see the Queens, now they're going to see the Infestors. There's the Fungal Groves coming down, and this is just going to be a massacre, surely, right now. Everything is going down. He recalls over to his third base, where he's got a few cannons to help out, but I mean, smart decision by Etidrude. He just completely negates that, avoids that right now, and goes exactly where the Protoss army is not. And will just hit onto this 4th base. He'll take down a couple of pylons here, apparently. He'll just take down all the cannons, in fact, instead. And everything will fall now at this 4th base. The Void is on the way over to try and defend it, but already, I mean, a lot of damage done here. That's about 750, and now even more minerals worth of damage. So, really great little attack by Etidrude here, pulling his few units away. He does a little something with them, and back at home, just adding on queens and adding on, just keeping on waiting. A lot more cannons now at this third base for Cheese King. So, as time goes on, he proceeds to get into more and more of a position where he's like, okay, as time goes on, he gets into a position where this third base becomes a little bit more defendable. He's getting more and more carriers in his army as well, which I can only imagine is a good thing, because, I mean, carriers, they're, in mass, I would imagine carriers are a little bit better than Void Rays. it's one of them things I guess you don't really have to compare all too often. I mean, carriers are kind of annoying, but at the same time, fungal growths, once they can just lock down them interceptors, it's absolutely huge as cannons being re-added to this 4th base. So, I mean, important to know the 4th base didn't die for Cheese King. So you can set up the gas geysers here if you would like to, or the geyser simulators running on them if you would like. He's on 70 probes, so I mean he's got plenty of opportunity to do that. He's still mining quite happily. He's well saturated on the 3 bases right now, so he didn't really need the 4th base just yet. As this big Zerg army is looking to move forward here very, very shortly. Can he really attack into the cannons though? I don't think he can, but I mean at the same time, does he need to? Surely he can just kind of come around the side and just attack this base over here. That would, to me seem like the more obvious decision, as Fungal Growth will come down, revealing a few of these units under this Mothership Core. Interceptors coming in as well. The Hydras in the front seem to be evaporating. It's going to come down to the Queens. Another Fungal Growth lands. The Queens have so many transfusers, and that is going to be what makes the difference here. But the Void Rays are actually cleaving through this army. Oh, really? Is this actually going to happen? He's lost barely anything. And Etty Drew just loses absolutely everything. He calls GG. Whoa, did that happen? Like, that looked to me like such a great army to deal with this. Maybe he could have had some better upgrades, I guess. I don't know. It looked as though it was a good enough army, personally. But well. I mean, there's only one thing to say, and that was it wasn't the perfect army because he didn't do the right things. I guess for 18 minutes in, he probably could have been on +2 missiles. He probably could have had Carapace as well. That probably would have helped. Maybe drop the transfusers a little bit faster onto the Hydralisks, keep them alive a little bit longer at the front. I don't know. He didn't have that many fungal growths. He only had them 2 or 3 infestors. So it's one of them games where you're just a little bit like, well, I was favouring that Drew's position. I kind of liked where he was at, but I didn't think the composition for Cheese King was going to be enough, but it was, and with that, Team MiA do take the first map in this best of 7 all kills. So guys, we're going to be going into game number 2 in a few moments time. We're going to just cut over to a quick commercial break. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you are enjoying the show, you can hit the follow button to see when we go live again with all of the SC2 improved Team League action. And yeah, just checking to see. Okay, yeah. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll be back in a few moments time after a quick commercial break while we get game number 2 set up. Cheese King going up against the next player from Against All Authority when they're ready. Oh my god, that was a very dramatic interview. Sorry, I'm at the same time trying to type into the lobby. So yeah, we should be getting game in a few moments time. Just waiting for these guys to settle on whether they're going to have the obs in the game. So we're just having a couple of moments here before we get back into this. How is everyone doing? Hello, McDelta, Go AAA. He loves Blitz Tau. Cheese King won versus Etty Drew to start off the day. Cheese King from Elephant. Ain't nothing Hydras can stop. Ain't nothing Hydras can stop. Does that mean Hydras can't stop anything? Or is that just a typo? Do you mean ain't anything Hydras can't stop? Well, I'm not too sure. And a couple of guys shouting Armada, that's Karanek and Markin as well. So guys, thank you for tuning in and joining in the chat. What's going on? So okay, we're getting into the game in a few moments time. Just a couple of issues here as we wait to get set up. It's 1-0 to Team MiA right now, and we'll be getting into this game in just a couple of moments. So waiting for Psionic and Cheese King to ready on up as we're going into PvP for this second game. And you can now hear the countdown has finally begun. So Psionic versus Cheese King for game number 2. Psionic has actually been on a bit of a break, right? I mean, he's in GM right now, but I've not actually seen him playing in the Team League for a little while for against All Authority. I'm pretty sure he took a break for a little while. He used to be a very solid player for them back in Season 2, but I don't think he played for them yet here in Season... in this 3rd season of the league. I'm actually going to try and... I mean, it's kind of hard because I don't have... I haven't exactly updated much of the Wikipedia as much as I should have, but no, so can't actually really tell. But I'm pretty sure this is one of the first times I've seen him playing in a little while, so quite exciting as we are going on to King Sejong Station for this 2nd map of the day. Guys, how is everyone doing? Thank you for tuning in once again. This is the SC2 Improved Team League. If you want to know more about the SC2 Improved Team League, type !Team League into the chat and you can get all the links you need, or just check out the bracket as well. Right now we are going into game number 2 as soon as a couple of bits of text have disappeared. On the screen so that we can get a nice clean introduction of the players. La-di-da-di-da. Okay guys, stop talking, stop hating on each other or whatever you're doing, and we should be able to get into the game. It is a PvP, guys. You're not missing too much just yet, just gateways coming down, and let's go in game in 3, 2, 1, maybe now, go, now, oh, whatever. In the upper left hand corner is the orange Protoss player representing against All Authority. It's Psionic. In the lower right hand corner, we have the yellow Protoss player from Team MiA. It's Cheese King. So a little bit of PvP to get game 2 underway here on King Sejong Station, as gateways and gas is coming down for both of these guys at the moment, and stop talking. No one cares about your argument, and it's putting me off for some reason. So yeah, we're just trying to get through the battle of the the battle of the words here, as Cybercore is on the way down for both of these players, and I'm not referee, am I? Oh well. Second gateway comes down here for Cheese King, as he's looking for some kind of 2-gate opening. This could either be a free stalker opening, or also a possibility to open with a sentry into a couple of stalkers. He will just open with a stalker first though, so good luck, have fun is now called. A heart is thrown out as well, and yeah, we have Psionic just sitting around in this main base of his opponent right now, seeing that these double gateways are on the way up. He really wants to see what's in this gateway. If he can see what comes out of this first gateway, gives him a nice little idea about what maybe his opponent wants to do. Look at that Chronobus on the warp gate as soon as he leaves, but then he comes back in and he will maybe not just spot that, actually turns away just in time. Back at home we do see Psionic going straight into a Twilight Council, so 1 gate Twilight for him back at home, so a little bit of a greedier build. As Stalkers number 2 and 3 on the way for Cheese King, can add on that 3rd gateway as well. And you know, this is what was kind of in the back of my mind when I see this Chronobus coming down on the warp gate. You know, you start thinking a little bit, you know, what's this going to be? And again, I mean, I think 3 gateway pressure is always a pretty reasonable shout. So Stargate actually coming down as well here though. So Cheese King, I mean, surely with 3 gateways already up though, he's still going to pressure it in some way. Then he's going to use the Stargate maybe as a way to kind of get into the mineral line against Oracle. This is not good at all for Psionic. His mothership core is out on the map, and that is not where he wants it to be right now. It is starting to come back home, so it looks as though he will be okay as the extra gateways are about to finish up, but I don't know if he's going to be able to hold on here, really. I mean, it's going to all come down to the throw and overcharge. It's going to be absolutely crucial. That will be ready in the next few seconds before this attack comes in. So, gateways are ready. They are warp gates right now. So, the first warpings will be coming in a couple moments' time. Probe comes down, and that probe dying. And, oh, the Stalkers make a bit of a mistake. They go a little bit too far forward, and that's going to be 1 dead Stalker here immediately. And Psionic is in a little bit of trouble. This mothership core might get targeted down. It is going down, and it will continue to be targeted. So no more, no secondary thought and overcharge for a while here, as Cheese King is just going to back out of this phone overcharge. He's going to get another Stalker. No, just doesn't, but it's very close. Gets the pylon on the high ground now, and I think this may just be an unwinnable game for Psionic, because he's only on 2... Okay, is he? No. Yes. Wait. Okay, he's on 2 gateways. All this time, Cheese King can keep warping in off of 3 gateways. He's got an Oracle coming in as well as a little bit of backup. That's about to finish up here. So once this phone overcharge goes down, there's just not that much at all for Psionic to truly be able to hold on. Now, Blink is coming up, so you know, maybe with Blink Micro by even, I just don't know if the Stalker numbers are just too great for Cheese King, that the Blink Micro just won't even come into effect here. So moves forward actually as Photon Overcharge dies off. Blink isn't ready just yet, and a Time Warp comes down, and a Sentry goes down as well, and Cheese King just keeps on moving forward here. The Oracle's going to come in and join the battle here in a couple of moments. He's going to get the pylon power in one of the gateways. As a new Mothership Core comes out, he's just going to start working his way against these other pylons and against all authority. They're not getting off to the start they would have liked to in this series. And as a Cybernex Core now being targeted down, once the Cyber Core goes down, I mean, no more Stalkers. What do you do then? Another one's starting to be built. But I mean, well, now Blink is ready and he will blink away, but there's a Cyber Core. Another pylon will fall as well. Psionic's been supply blocked for a long time now. All but one of his gateways are now empowered, and these Stalkers keep on moving forward here. The Oracle's coming in as well just to help out however it can. It does go down. Probes are being used on hold position to try and help out Psionic, trying to hold on however he can, but still, the numbers advantage is just there for Cheese King, and Probes pulled again, and Cheese King will just step away from these and trade however he can. XD from Psionic. And he knows he's lost this game surely at this point, as his probes will continue to fall, and he's still microing his heart out to some extent with a little bit of APM here as all of his probes go down, and Stalker's still trying to warp in, trying to warp in a couple of Zealots as well. Stalker numbers for Cheese King actually are kind of decreasing here, funnily enough, but I mean, he's killed off all of the workers of his opponent, so it doesn't really matter. GG called, and Cheese King takes game number 2 for his team and puts MiA 2-0 up in this best of 3 in pretty quick fashion here. So 2-0 up very quickly, and Team MiA not looking so bad here today. Maybe today's the day they finally find a way back, find their way to their feet for the first time this season. I mean, they've not won a game yet this season apart from against StarTale, which was a forfeit win, so you know, they've had some close matches, 3-4 against APSC2, 2-4 against Red Bloods. And I think they got all killed by Cascade, but I mean, Cascade have all killed every team they've met so far, so yeah, they've all killed every team other than APSC2 E-Star, so they've dropped 1 map in 4 matches, which is insane. So I mean, you can't really compare it right now, basically. So so yeah, crazy stuff going on right now. MiA looking as though they may be making a pretty strong run for themselves here today. As Cheese King asks for next. Chubbs is in the chat. It looks as though it may be him. Could be Blitz Tower as well. We'll be finding out in a few moments' time, as Game 3, guys, is on the way just after this quick. Okay, guys, welcome back. We are set to go into our 3rd game of the evening here, as Blitz Tower will come out as a Terran opponent for Cheese King to deal with. So things are a little bit tight for Against All Authority right now. We are looking to get into this game in the next couple of seconds. The players just readying up and getting set to go. So we should be in game in a couple moments' time, and yeah, it's been an interesting series so far. I didn't think MiA would take a 2-0 lead. I thought, you know, Cheese King taking the game, cool, but I really thought Psionic was gonna pull it back to even. Of course, I mean, it's still early stages. I mean, I say early stages, but then again, 1 more win and Cheese King's got MiA onto match point. And we're going to have to see someone from AAA come out to perform a reverse all kill. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world yet, but it's really time Against All Authority took a map. Otherwise, we're going to be seeing a little bit of trouble for these guys. So, so yeah, we're going into this game right now. We have loaded on up. Let me just check. And it looks as though we are loaded up here. So, just make sure we get the thing scoreboards the right way around. I guess I was in game. Hello Guildhall in the chat, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in once again, as you always do. How is everyone else in the chat doing? It's a little bit quiet in here, just Migdella talking to me. who else is out there? Come on, guys, come say hello. Do not bite. I don't bite, at least. Maybe a couple of the viewers do, but hopefully not. I'm pretty sure there are a bunch of civilized players in here. So, how is everyone doing? Do let us know who you're supporting here today, who you're cheering for. Chat is the best place to get motivation to cast, because if chat is active, then I'm like woohoo, and you know, then we see a load of good games, and then I'm like, woo, the chat's talking, and it's just good news for everybody. So this game is getting underway, and as you can see in the 9 o'clock position here on Catalina for map number 3, we are going to have the green Terran player from Against All Authority. He is Blitztau. And yeah, the third player out from AAA, and again, I feel as though this is getting to the point where it's a must-win game for him, simply because, I mean, he doesn't want his team to have to reverse all kill if they want to win. So this is a very important game for Blitztau to take, I feel, and let's see how he does here on Catalina. Of course, it's his map pick against the Protoss player. In the upper right-hand corner, that Protoss player is in yellow. It is Cheese King. And he's deciding here to open with a double gas opening. Looks like he's just going to put 2 workers on each gas, but we'll see how fast he does decide to expand here. And yeah, we'll just see how this game is going to go for the next few minutes, see what kind of decisions these guys are going to make. We already see a Reaper on the way out for Blitztau, so a Reaper expand coming out of him. Pretty standard stuff for TVP. But it's our Protoss player who we really want to keep an eye on. It's the Protoss players who really kind of make the real kind of interesting decisions about what exactly, you know, what exactly is going to go down in the game usually. I mean, the Terran player can make some minor decisions, you know, whether they're going to open factory or not, but generally it's the Protoss who we do see making the kind of, okay, well, I'm going to all in with this, or I'm going to all in with that. We already see a proxy pylon coming up to the north side of the map here, the 12 o'clock position, so a little bit hidden as this Reaper's going to head out on the map and going to try and get a little bit of damage done over in the Protoss base. Blitztau not checking around too much here, doesn't even go check the gateway in the back, so he's just going to get out of there with his SCV. First Stalk on the way, and well, he will be able to check in the back, of course, with the Reaper. And that's exactly what he's going to do right now. He may very well notice a lack of a third pylon, and that lack of a third pylon, he very well may cause him to go and start hunting in a moment or two. One probe already has died, now a second probe as well. This Stalker is about to pop out as a third probe goes down. It's not great for Cheese King, taking a lot of damage here to begin with, and could have done with that mothership core a couple of seconds earlier to help out those poor little probies. As we do now see Stargate coming up, but I do believe the Reaper is valued right up here, so he's going to spot this almost immediately, and in fact I think this is so soon, he might even be able to just target down the pylon. And yeah, I think the Stalker's going to have to come over here to deflect the Reaper. Of course, if the Stalker's over here, then the mothership core's actually going to come across as well, so he was just going to back off. He sees the Stargate. I mean, it's not the end of the world for Cheese King. Even if an Oracle is spotted, I mean, you know, he can still have it out on the map. It can still be useful. He can probably still find a way to do some damage. So yeah, mothership core coming across here. The Stalker coming across as well, as Reaper's actually just going to turn around and go see what this Stargate is building, check it's actually going to finish here and not be cancelled. And it's going to be a Void Ray. Now, did he see that? Was he paying attention, or does he just assume it's an Oracle? As Cheese King, I assume he's basically heading in towards a 3-gate Void Ray play. But where are the extra gateways? There's one of them going to start coming down. This Reaper, of course, will be able to spot the lack of a natural, be able to spot them extra gateways as well if he goes into the main. And honestly, there's not much in the main base to actually defend from a Reaper either. So this Reaper's actually going to just keep on doing a bunch of damage here. Okay, there's a Stalker to help turn this away, but he will see here very shortly that this is just a 3-gate Stargate play, and he should know that he needs to start defending here and needs to get into that kind of mind frame of defense, and he should be able to catch this Reaper with a Stalker. I don't think he'll kill it off though, as the Void Ray is not spotted again. Second Void Ray on the way now, as this Reaper still just trying to escape, and he will get away, of course, leaping up and down them ledges like nobody's business. Will be able to just fleet away back towards his own base. Second bunker now being added on here. You know, still, I mean, if with the Void Rays, you can kind of come around the back, maybe go for this reactor a bit if you would like. It's going to be very hard to break through bunkers though, and that of course will be the main issue here, as 2 Stalkers will send that Reaper back into his opponent's base. Coming up the ramp here, he sees them 2 bunkers on the way, so Cheese King, actually that's pretty nice. He's found a way to be a little bit annoying from the low ground here, has to get away though, and he actually may lose 1 Stalker to the Reaper, which is chasing, so a little bit of a mistake there, and Time Warp having to be used, which isn't ideal of course either. So that hurts a little bit. Missile turret now on the way as well. And with this more missile turrets, I mean, he's just basically saying if I hold the main base, I'm going to be killed completely here. And I mean, that's not necessarily very far, you know, that's probably very true. 3 Void Rays heading up to sorry, is that 3? No, it's just 2. So 3rd Void Ray just about to pop out. I mean, how do you really deal with this? Gonna start targeting down this first bunker, and the SCVs don't get there in time. So it doesn't lose anything just yet. It's now starting to lose some of the shields on one of these Void Rays and a little bit of hit points from it as well. As he moves forward here and looking to try and do whatever he can. Marines being picked off, and Void Ray does join the fight, but Mothership Core goes down. So, yeah, Blitz Tower, if it's around on this bunker with these SCVs, Stalker's coming forward again and will force the cancel on the bunker. But I mean, Blitz Tower's held, right? He's got so many bunkers. Void Rays can maybe come into the main base. I'd like to see that, try and get a little something done. They could maybe snipe Stim. And they're going to just go straight onto this reactor, which is nice as well, lower the Marine production. But still, you know, it's not kind of ideal by any stretch of the imagination. Still, there's not that many Marines out, and he will actually lose Stim here, so that's a pretty big loss. And these Void Rays in the main are actually just going to keep on doing a lot of damage. He actually needs to maybe invest in a couple of turrets just to protect these barracks. That wouldn't necessarily be too bad of an idea, but this bunker's actually going to go down as well, so these Void Rays being very annoying on the high ground, as now that barracks having to lift off and move position. An interesting situation here. So we've got a delayed Stim pack for a very long time, and that will keep the Protoss player in this just a little bit. There's a few Marines are sent in to deal with these Void Rays, which is just going to start actually working away at these depots, which is annoying because now Bestow may have to face a supply block very soon. He looks as though he's kind of thought about the possibility of this though, so even if he loses the second one here, he won't. Well, he'll only just be supply block. He's already got another depot on the way. A lot of SCVs pulled off the line here, and that in fact is the turret which goes down, and that's a little bit of a mistake, honestly. And whoa, well, that was not how it was meant to be. That's 2 Void Rays down. That's such a huge difference. If he hadn't lost them 2 Void Rays, this game was actually starting to look fairly good for him. You know, given time, it was starting to look alright, you know. He could have maybe kept picking away, but losing 2 Void Rays is absolutely huge here, and now he takes the shield, loses the shields off another, and it just gets worse and worse and worse as the SCVs repair each other up. And gonna stick on the surround around this bunker. These Void Rays grouping together, and Cheese King is basically just going to go for one big attack up this ramp. But with so many SCVs pre-pulled, is it even going to matter? Well, this first bunker is going to go down very, very quickly still, despite the SCVs out here. Marines are doing the damage. One of the Void Rays does fall, but all of the Stalkers are going to fall as well, and that's the real issue now, as another Void Ray falls as well. And imagine you just had 2 more Void Rays here. He maybe could have still made this work somehow. Just not having that extra couple of Void Rays really has actually made the difference in the end, and he's trying to control this as best he can, try and get any extra damage he can get done, but it just looks as though it's just not going to be enough for him as more bunkers come over Blitz Tower, and we're kind of watching the beginning of the end as the extra Void Rays do fall, and now only 1 Void Ray left. Cheese King realizes he's got no option other than try and kill more bunkers, but I mean, there's so many bunkers to kill. How do you kill all of them? You mean you kind of just don't. Another Void Ray goes down, the Stalkers are all that's left, another Stalker warps in, but it's just not enough. And I mean, now 3 Stalkers remain, and Cheese King has no real option other than to just suicide these into this base, and GG will be called. So Blitz Tower takes the first map of the series 4 against All Authority, and puts them onto the scoreboard here. So not that bad. He defended Cheese. It was kind of scary though. I mean, I thoroughly believe if Cheese King kept them 2 extra Void Rays alive, this would have been a very different scenario. I mean, you saw when he committed up that ramp, I was like, no, he can't do this, but he's breaking down bunkers. If he only had 2 extra Void Rays, it could have been so different. It really could have. And again, he lost them for no real reasons, so Cheese King, a little bit of a throw there. And as Blitz Tower does take the victory. So we're going to go into our next game very shortly. Going to have to wait and see who that player will be from Team MiA. So we'll let you guys know as soon as we know. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the stream, guys. We should be back in a few moments after another quick little piece of music. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to hit the follow button on the stream so you can see when we go live again in the future. Or you can also check us out on Twitter at SC2_improve, or on Facebook.com/SC2improve as well. Guys, we'll be back in a few moments with our 4th game of the evening as against All Authority. Blitz Tower will look to even up this series while MiA look to get themselves onto match point. Welcome back, guys, to SC2ITL Season 3. How are we all doing? We're going into our next game here. It is a ZVT and it will be a merry-go-round as the second player out from Team MiA today. Opening with a pull first against his Terran opponent is the red Zerg player, Lumpus. One of the new pickups from Team MiA, ever since they lost Starbuck last at the end of Season 1. They've really been struggling to kind of get it together again and to fill in the gap in their team, but now they really seem to have done it. They really seem to have a nice solid team once again, and unfortunately it doesn't seem to be showing for them just yet in the team league, but give it time and I really feel as though it will. Their current opponent right now is the green Terran player in the 6 o'clock position from Against All Authority. It's Blitztower. Opening with a Reaper expand here against a Zerg opponent. Not much of a surprise there at all. Second Reaper already queued up to be on the way very shortly. There's gas now being taken for Lumpus back at home. So Reaper on the way across the map. See what scouting information he can get. Fortunately chooses the correct location to go in initially. And we'll find his opponent in the first place he checks. So you know, that's a nice little added bonus as this Reaper does run in now. And sees a natural on the way. We'll identify that this is a pull first by the timing of that queen. And, you know, unfortunate that you can't get that information about the gas on the Zerg player just yet. As you can see on the minimap, you can't see that gas. I guess we should go over here. You can't see that gas just yet, so it doesn't get that information, but he'll be able to check back very shortly with this Reaper again and see if he can get that information on a second time around, as the Reaper left at home is actually going to be able to pick off both of these Zerglings. So Zerglin gets up here, confirms that a reactor and a factory is on the way, so you know there's just 2 Reapers. So both of these guys getting decent information to begin with, and no real damage taken by either side, as we're going to start heading in towards this mid-game. We're very likely to see Blitztower just kind of macroing up like crazy. I say that, she's actually on a second gas, so straight away here, looks as though Hellion Banshee will be a possibility for him. Starts that starport straight away, and yeah, maybe we're going to see something a little bit more aggressive out of Blitztower than just this. Well, almost definitely we're going to see something more aggressive out of Blitztower than just a straight up free command center build. Just manages to get that drone into a spore crawler in time, as he's actually going to lose one now. And oh, is that drone? No, really? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Queen, queen, queen! Go, go, go! Go, queen, go! No, 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 no! They're going to start regenerating, aren't they? They're going to get away. As if that Reaper was so close to going down. He takes another shot. He's still hanging around here. This queen's waiting. This queen is waiting. And he knows. But all the queens are waiting. They're all waiting to kind of come in here. Now the Reapers actually just dive back in, and they're going to get another drone kill and another. And this is actually starting to get really bad for Hump, as he's taking so much damage, and he keeps the Reaper alive again. He gets another drone and maybe even one more. Oh my god, Lumpus. Blitztower has done so much damage, 4 Reaper kills. He forgets about them for a second while he goes back home. But I mean, look at this. He will now lose one, and the other will stay alive a little longer. If he could leap back in and go for that one. He will actually lose this one to a queen as well. So he loses Reapers, but what great damage he did. And he actually forgets about it. Or maybe he wants it. Maybe he thinks there's a Banshee on the way anyway. He hasn't been able to scout just yet. He will have an Overlord on the way in now, so he's just going to get that spore crawler finish. Will help against Banshees anyway. But yeah, damage done here by them initial Reapers. Third base now on the way up for Lumpus. And yeah, well, Hellions are starting to come across the map here. Extra Hellions on the way out. A Banshee about to finish up in that production tab as well. So, you know, everything's starting to come across here for Lumpus. However, there's not a complete... Well, okay, there is a complete wall off now, but the wall isn't lifted as these Zerglings are just not going to get in for this counterattack. This should cause the Hellions to turn around, though. SCV is actually having to be pulled to be able to deal with this. And these Zerglings are just going to keep nibbling at this wall. Hellions on the way back, so these Lings have to be very careful with how long they stick around. They will now get away over to the right-hand side of the map. But nice little play there. He very nearly got in. So Lumpus creating opportunities for himself. As these Hellions will catch these Zerglings, and a lot of them getting burnt down, and 4 of them will escape. But of course that's not too successful here. As actually his first Banshee's had a single kill, but takes a lot of damage on himself. So not too much of an effect. The first Banshee not too effective here. Zerglings, did you not remember what was there the last time you were here? Apparently not. So Hellions trying to clean up. An Overlord in the main base now, scouting out. I guess he's looking for a third command center, but actually there isn't a third command center to be seen just yet. More Hellions continue to just clean up Zerglings. Double Baneless on the way, which is definitely a mistake. And Lumpas doesn't need both of those, so I feel as though he fully believes right now that there is an attack coming his way, and maybe with Hellbats, and that's why he's investing in the Baneling Nest, but there isn't. It's just going to be straight up Hellions. A couple of Banshees will circle around and maybe try and latch onto this third base and try and get some damage done here. They will cloak up, so without any detection there, you just got to lay down. So I mean, Overseer shouldn't be far away, because these Hellions just stick down on the bottom of this ramp. One Baneling Nest has finished, the other Baneling Nest is still about to finish. And Lumpas is actually just going to give up this third base. He just doesn't seem to have enough to be able to deal with it. He's a little bit scared to move out here now. Spire is on the way for him, but Stim is about to finish for Blitz Tower as well. So I mean, he's going to have plenty to deal with the Mutalisks here once they do come out. I mean, they're still a long while away. So third base falls for Lumpas. Not the best of starts for him here, actually, and he's actually down 9 workers as well. He's launching a huge counterattack once again with a lot of Zerglings, but if this wall's up, what's he actually going to be able to do? There's 2 mines here, and Lumpas, let's see how he reacts to this. Is he watching his Zerglings? Well, he missed them straight away. He comes up this ramp, he sees them, and he baits out one of them mine shots there, but not the second. These Hellions still just going in, and now he will kite away from the Banelings as well. He's actually killed off an entire Spore Crawler here, as Hellions will actually cut off the retreat path of these zones, and Lumpas actually just falls further and further behind in this game. His Spire's about to finish, but he's got no money to actually make Mutalisks with. And yeah, he's kind of stuck on 2 bases. Third command center now does start for Blitz Tower. He's just so far ahead. I mean, if he was just to move across the map with these handful of Marines and these mines, he could probably even end the game. Of course, you know, how does he know to do that? I mean, you can't really. He can't really figure that out at all. But yeah, it's a weird situation. We're seeing a siege tank being added on as well. First few Mutalisks on the way, but again, a World 3 Mutalisks to achieve. Well, I guess they're going to very slowly turn these Hellions and Banshees around. There's more creep just being denied here at the front, and the scan coming down to actually kill off a lot more of these creep tumors. So this is really nice, just really limiting Lumpas from ever moving out of his base. Now the one Mutalisk comes forward, and I mean, Blitz Tower will be forced to begin retreating, but it's been so long. Lumpas, he's been stuck on this 2 base for a long time now. His third base only just on the way, his upgrades are behind. He doesn't have that many Mutalisks to really work with. He's moving across the map, but I mean, he's just not going to be able to achieve too much at all. These mines are actually going to be used here to defend the harassment in the main base. And all 4 of them going to burrow there, watching for Mutalisks on the way in. He's got so much army though. He's not got combat shields, and he is missing 2-2 as well. But I mean, altogether here, Blitz Tower just has such a strong army. I mean, how does Lumpas even begin to think of dealing with this? Now there's an armory, he can actually use these Hellions from earlier in the game to morph into Hellbats, which makes his army even stronger than it was moments ago. And Lumpas, I mean, how do you come back in this game like this? It's one of these games where you just have to do a lot of damage through harassment. You really have to start picking your opponent apart, but is it even going to be possible here? Their mines are so close to their Mutalisks, and they will actually unburrow here. They may decide to reburrow. It has to be so careful. There's only a few of these Mutalisks to kind of play with for Lumpas. I mean, he's very slowly increasing the Mutalisk numbers, but he's just so starved for gas because of the lack of this third base. He can't keep his upgrades going as well as making a decent number of Mutas. And I mean, Banelings, well, he's got a handful here, but I mean, it's just not that many, as we do see the beginning of the march of the Terran across the map. And it may very well be there's just too much Terran to deal with here for our Zerg player. I mean, especially looking at the Marines coming in from behind, it really begins to look like this. Scan coming down, going to start cleaning up some of his creepy sieges up, one of his tanks here. And he's just in such a strong position. The mines are set up. He's going to trap Lumpas away from his third base. The third base will begin to fall once again. And Lumpas is forced to kind of run into this pre-split Terran army. If he wants to save his third base, he's making up massive spine crawlers on his natural. But what's that going to do? I mean, buy you time for what? To do what? What are you going to do? I mean, a third base running for the Terran play. He's got units back at home to defend, a counter-attack. Lumpas trying to make a base up to the top side of the map, but just not looking great for him right now. MiA's coming in trying to deal with these tanks, but he actually loses a couple of them, and I mean, loses a lot of Mutas just for a single tank there. As I mean, units are just going all over the place. We've got Banshee up here killing off drones. We've got a drop into the main, which is actually just being killed off by Spores and a Queen. Third base is under attack. This base will actually end up just dying here, as we do see Lumpas begin to move forward to clean out this army, and in fact, he will be able to push back this first wave of Terran. But of course, it's just simply because there's just so much Terran everywhere else. The third base is still probably going to fall here. It's going to be close. The Hellbats pull away from that third and do come and fight instead. He kills off this base to the top side, but here comes Terran round 2. Just stims his Marines across, and I mean, Lumpas threw everything at his opponent to deal with that first army, and now he just doesn't have anything to deal with the second army. He's got no Banelings at all. He's going to lose a Spanker here, loses a Queen, he's going to lose the third. And, you know, he doesn't have this base up here anymore. That was cancelled, and Terran is going to siege up this tank, and in fact, Lumpas doesn't even need them to. GG called, and 2-2. The series is all leveled up after 4 games. And, well, Blitztau bringing AAA the victories they needed here. They really did need a couple of these victories. They could not have afforded to go 3-0 down. He denied that in that first game he played, and then in the second game he brought them to an even footing, and that puts Against All Authority in a pretty good spot now. It's up for the taking. We're gonna have at least 2 more maps, but maybe it could go to 3 more maps depending if both teams take a map or if one team just takes 2 maps in a row. We'll wait and see who the next player from MiA will be. It looks like it will be Grey Warden because he is in the chat. Now I get the feeling it may very well be Frost to Ace for them if necessary. So Grey Warden, a Protoss player, is what I feel is up next. But we'll confirm that for you in a few moments' time, guys, during this quick commercial break while we get that player confirmed and the map set up. Deadwing, Foxtrot Labs, and Nimbus, our remaining maps here yet to be played tonight. So we'll see which of those is coming out first for these teams in a few moments. Okay guys, so just waiting up here for game number 5 of this best of 7 to begin. We've got both players in the lobby. Will be Grey Warden out next for Team MiA, making this another PvT, the second PvT of the night. We're going to see Blitztau take part in, excuse me. So yeah, we're going to get into this in a few moments time. Just waiting to get set up and get ready to go. And both players are actually ready, so we're going to start this game. The countdown does begin from 10, and Nimbus will be our map for this TVP, so let's see what these guys have in store for us here on Nimbus to take the lead and to take it onto match point in this best of 7 all kill. After this, whichever team loses this has to send out their ace player to try and save the day. If Blitztau wins this, he'll be 1 win off an all kill. And if Grey Warden wins this, he'll be 1 win off a very important series for MiA to make sure they're not sitting down right at the bottom of the league. So, guys, we are loading up onto Nimbus, and we're getting all set and ready to go as soon as these guys are finished loading up. So not too long to go now. If you are enjoying the SC2 Improved Team League, guys, and you want to know how you can support us more, well, you can either consider turning your ad block off when we run commercials during the breaks. But if you want to donate more, if you want to support us more directly, there's an option to donate, which will keep reoccurring on the screen. There it is right there. And you can also subscribe as well to the chat channel, to the Twitch chat, and if you to the Twitch channel, got it in the end. And subscribing to the channel is one of the easiest ways to do it, because you very simply click subscribe, you can say yes, I'll pay the money, and then you're subscribed and you get a bunch of benefits as well. So guys, we're going into game number 5 here of this best of 7 all kill between Team MiA and Against All Authority. We're going in game right now on Nimbus, and we're actually going to be starting in the upper right hand corner with the green Terran player from Against All Authority. It's Blitztau. 2 wins in a row for him here. He took down Cheese King and then he took down Lumpas. And let's see what he's going to bring us here in this third game, in his third game of the evening. Here from the upper right of Nimbus, he's actually going to be opening with a gas first. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a moment. After we've introduced our teal Protoss player in the lower left hand corner from Missing in Action Team MiA, it's Grey Warden. Alright, so gas first for Blitztau. This is something we've been seeing a lot more of from Terran players, especially on this map. They seem to really love being aggressive on this map. Trying to get some damage done with Hellion drops, Hellion run-bys, even quick Banshees can sometimes work out. But generally, the Marine Hellion Elevator is the best way to go about it. So we'll see exactly what Blitztau wants to get up to here very shortly. His plans will be revealed. I mean, we're expecting that factory to come down as soon as this barracks finishes. But what exactly he will do from that is left to the imagination. Grey Warden not playing too greedily here. He's actually taken both of his gases, and he has actually already got gateway. So, I mean, he will be actually teching quite heavily himself at the start of this game with these double gases up instead of just going for a very fast Nexus. So, so yeah, very interesting opening. Grey Warden will be able to now spot factory first, or gas first, and you will see that factory is down as well. So the scout paying off for him, and at the same time, Blitz Tower does have an SCV over to the left-hand side of the map. So that's heading down in such a way that he will be able to very soon be able to realize that you know, he'll be able to see very shortly what exactly his opponent is going for as well. So he's going to come in here in just a moment and see, right, okay, that's what's up, that's what's happening, great. How are you guys doing in the chat? I said, I saw Guildhall just said he's doing fine. Can subs get replay pack of the games casted? Yes. Now, I was meant to do it at the end of September, but shit went down pretty hard in my real life, so I didn't get around to doing it. So it's on my list to do this weekend. Because obviously you've got to collect all the games from all the servers, label them all. It's going to take a couple of hours. So that's on my list of things to do this weekend. The one problem is I'm not sure if the games from the old patch, the replays from the old patch will work. And I don't know when the game, I can't remember when exactly the game was patched. So I don't know how many replays I have. So fingers crossed, I'll be able to send out a replay pack without an issue at the end of the weekend. But hopefully that is the goal, that is the aim, that's what I promised with the sub. So that is hopefully what will happen. So if there's any update on that, I will email you guys and stuff like that as well. I will send out a sub email so you can know things are changing. Robo Facility and Forge on the way here for Grey Warden. What did Blitz Tower actually see? Well, not too much. He saw Nexus on the way down. That Nexus has now finished. He's got 3 Hellions in the middle of the map here, and he has got that starboard finished up. He's actually making 2 more Hellions at a time, as he's going to just drop the Hellions, I would imagine. Well, he could just drop the Marines and, drop the Marines and 2 Hellions. This build actually times out pretty nicely. This is a pretty cute timing here, so he's going to pick up all of this. He's already actually running by into the main base here with 3 Hellions. And where's he going to go? Well, in just... Oh, no! Whoa, 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 whoa! That was scary! That could have gone so badly wrong there. As throwing overcharges used for a moment there, I thought Grey Warden was going to lose all of his workers. Currently sat here with his probe over to the right-hand side. Grey Warden maybe looking to do something a little bit scary in a few moments. This medevac heading across the map now. He has force thrown overcharge, which is a good thing. Because now his next attack will have the potential to do some more damage as well. What will this observer see? He will see a couple more Hellions coming across. This medevac boosting towards the natural as well. So, so yeah, this medevac going to come into the natural, and will force these probes to be pulled here quite quickly. Hellions should get chasing. Mothership Core actually going to start taking some damage at the same time. 2 Hellions into the main base mineral line, and they're going to be able to start doing some damage here as well. Not that many, not a great shot going off just yet. So many of these probes low on hit points, but not quite getting the shot off, and so many probes, just 1 Hellion shot from death. But Blitz Tower keeps up the aggression. He's going to get another couple of probe kills maybe. Stalker's coming in, and Stalker should be enough to actually clean this up. 26 SCVs to 28 probes. Now there is no expansion behind this. And that's very important to note here for Blitz Tower. There's no command center behind this at all. So actually Grey Warden is still in an okay position here. Oh no, surely not. He just misses again. Getting some mega hits on them probes, but he still gets some more. 19 workers killed in total. Now, 19 workers, it's nothing to kind of laugh at. It's nothing to just kind of pass off as nothing. But at the same time, with no expansion, it's not as though Blitz Tower is going to take a really crazy economic lead here in the very near future. In fact, he's very much focused on continuing harassment here. We can see he's adding on he's adding on mines, which he's now going to send over here and load up maybe. Yeah, he's already got them in a medevac, so he's going to keep on the harassment. Mines, Hellions, whatever he feels can keep harassing him. He's even got a tech lab on the way on the starboard, so it looks like we're going to see Banshees on the way soon. So a lot of harassment on the way from Blitz Tower, going to keep this rolling here, while Grey Warden has actually found a way to go into Colossus tech. So the first Colossus is on the way out. And the Robo Bay is, obviously finished. He has been finished for some time, as we do see these mines coming in and forcing these probes to run around in some circles right now. At the same time, dropping into the main base, and Oh, this is going to be nice, actually. He gets the mine. He's going to blow up on one of these stalkers. And, oh, will he get away with that medevac? No, so he actually loses a lot more than he maybe should have there. As two Hellions run into this natural single Colossi to save the day. Oh, are them probes going to get pulled back? Where's the Observer? His Observer's being chrono boosted away. Grey Warden doesn't want to risk losing anything right now, so he's going to lose more mine time with these probes, actually. While this mine comes off cooldown. Stalkers move forward here. Oh, that's so close. And now, okay, they will be able to kill off that mine. So, a little bit more damage done here. A couple more workers. Grey Warden defended that one actually pretty nicely in the end. Scan comes down. Ooh, was he just trying to get that? He was just a second away from actually sniping the Observer. A little bit unfortunate. Now Banshee on the way across the map. So, more damage looking to come out of Blitz Tower here as he's going into tanks. He's actually going into Marauders and he's finally switching into Bio. His Stim Pack halfway done. And his extra barracks being added on right now as well. So this Banshee is coming across the map. Now there's a medevac is actually going to drop a single Hellion here into the main base, and I mean, I guess it could still get some damage done. He's just going to drop this here and get, you know, maybe just distract his opponent more than anything. He actually roasts away one probe, and he may even get a second. Not quite. But at the same time, Banshee into the main, so more damage being done here. Grey Warden still having to put up with this harassment throughout the entirety of the game. Kicks off a single worker there, and we'll get away with just 3 worker kills. Cannon's being added on as well in place of Cloak, as tanks still being added on too. Wow, I mean, this TVP in general has just been crazy from start to finish. It really, really has been. So, yeah. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's one of these weird games. We've got tanks continuing to be produced. We've got Blink now on the way. I mean, it's a pretty standard game for Grey Warden from this point on. He's gone into Blink. He's gone into Colossi. It's nothing to really, you know, there's not much to figure out here. He's already actually got 1-1 as well, so he's got good upgrades. But Blitz Tower, I mean, he's going for this weird composition, adding a lot of tanks into his play. He might just try and set up a contain on his opponent. Oh my god, the Banshee's here, the Hellions are here, going to get even more workers kills, and the workers are lining up, and oh my god, no! Big hit from the Hellions, and they should be able to escape here actually. Sentry's coming in, and they will not get the force. Oh, it will! Just gets the force field with the last second, and gets them Hellions. So 36 workers killed, an insane amount of damage done, and in the end here, he does end up 11 workers ahead. I mean, Blitzstar's actually in a phenomenal position. I mean, 11 workers ahead, the last time I kind of analysed the worker numbers, I was saying, well, Blitzstar hasn't started his command centre, and that's going to be a big issue here. But as it stands now, I mean, he's got that natural up and running very nicely. He's ahead in workers, he's got double mule if he wants to. He's not actually using his mules. I assume he's saving them in case of Dark Templar, because he's playing, well, he was playing for a very long time without an engineering base, so I assume he's just saving them for Dark Templar, maybe just saving for the mana mules already. I'm not too sure. So anyways, coming across the map here, a couple of medevacs looking to do whatever they can. Not too sure what exactly that may be though, as I mean, the army here for the Pro Space is just sat in his main base, so he's in no rush to kind of move out here at all. Double drop is ready to go into the natural as well, so I mean, the multi-pronged aggression could work, but Mothership Core well placed to deflect it. Third base on the way down, and oh, these medevacs spotted straight away here, and blinks forward actually. Oh no, he's going to get both of them, so that's huge. Blitzstar losing 2 medevacs worth of units, and they were, well, one of them was completely full. Phone overcharge used over here, Stim coming in, and well, he may be able to actually get this Nexus, as the damage is pretty huge here. The Stalkers need to just blink as fast as they can to get over here to help out. Mothership Core coming in to help as well. There's the blink forward. He gets one of them medevacs, which a few of them units picked up in, and only 4 Marauders escape, so Blitztau takes a lot of damage here. Them attacks did not go the way he will have wanted them to go. So, I mean, we're still looking at Protoss, who's actually about to be on 2-1 upgrades. He's actually got okay tech because he's got Colossi out. We're looking at Protoss in an okay-ish position. Weirdly enough, these Stalkers moving out on the map, I'm not sure where exactly they're going to go. And having lost 3 medevacs, that's really going to hinder Blitzstar's, army potential in this game. I mean, he must be building up towards just one huge SCV pull here, right? I mean, he's got so many tanks now. He's up to 6 tanks in total. When was the last time Grey Warden saw in this base. I mean, he must have seen something along the lines of the tanks, so he must know something about this. I don't understand why he's still saving up energy. I mean, he's actually been dropping scans a lot with this guy. I guess he just wants the scans. Pulling a few SCVs now. Will he pull the rest of them? I mean, I really don't see why not, because he's not got a third base to fall back on. It's all about this one push right now, and Grey Warden's about to see this coming in. So first of all, a medevac at the front will take a single shot. Some Marauders coming forward here. The Viking nearly going down. In fact, it will go down. And just trading very nicely. He sees the rest of the army, though, so he has to be very careful. Some more Stalkers warping in. Is it the right decision? I mean, there's so many tanks and so many Marauders to deal with. Templar Archives on the way, but I don't think we're going to see that one come to fruition here. There's a few SCVs at the front already being taken down. Of course, with Blink, these Stalkers can stay alive and trade as best they can. They're going to come forward here. He picks off a Marauder. Blinks away again. 3 Colossi. And Templar are so important here. He needs some Archons. He cannot walk forward into these tanks. And that is a big issue as the contain does begin. So Templar are going to finish up. I mean, I think Grey Warden should maybe just wait it out though. I mean, +3 is halfway done for him. Cancel the Nexus. Okay, he loses the Nexus, but if he just waits it out, he's got gas to spend still. He's going to kind of spot a little bit with this mothership core. He's actually just going to go for it. I don't know. And then he decides against it. And of course, that's basically the worst thing you can do. Blitztown just has so much army supply here. It's going to really come down to the upgrade advantage for Grey Warden, but I mean, how do you ever break out of this? And of course, you know, if the time comes, Blitztown just lifts his third base, main base lands it at the third instead. That's all he's got to do to keep mining. So it's a little bit of a weird scenario right now, as Blitztown has a very strong hold on his opponent here, as Stalkers nearly getting themselves a Viking. Not quite though. I mean, how do you break out of 7 tanks? It's insane, and slowly just moving them forward as well. Another Colossus on the way, +3 is about to finish. Charger on the way as well. I think Zealots are definitely going to help. Maybe getting a Warp Prism out would be huge. I mean, there's absolutely nothing to defend back at home. Not that he really needs all of these SCVs, but it can force the, you know, maybe even just a Warp Prism to get some units out here. And to kind of, you know, come in from 2 different angles against the tanks. Maybe just give up completely. We actually see a ton of Zealots warping in from this pylon over here, so I mean, he's thinking of doing something. This could, I mean, I don't know, like, it's kind of a weird scenario as tanks move forward again, and very soon these cities are actually going to be under fire. And these cities need to be careful, and once sentry goes down, his army needs to kind of move backwards. Probe actually moving these pylons forward a little, just a couple at a time. Blitztown being so patient with this though. Waiting and waiting and waiting. This Colossus needs to be very careful about where it's walking. In fact, it's still in, I think it's still in tank range as these tanks continue to move forward. One of them is in range of one of these gateways, or a couple of them gateways. But here is the big Zealot counterattack, so this is huge. I mean, this is where it turns into the point where Blitztown has to start finding a way to do something. Immortal's been added on as well now. For Prosper, I don't mind this decision. At the same time though, with the high ground vision, the Immortal is about to maybe cross in a bit of a weird way. Everything under attack right now in this main base, so all of the production is going to go down, and this is huge. So it really does put a time limit on how long Blitztown has to kill off his opponent, because he's going to lose his production, or at least not have production for a while here. And he's got to just move at some time soon. Where's that Immortal? He did make it over to the army. Okay, well, that's a good thing, as Zealots are chasing down these SCVs, killing off a lot of these supply depots as well. So I mean, really turning into a base raid now. This Nexus has actually been spotted here, so Grey Warden's prepared for a base trade. I mean, I guess if he base trades, he could recall over to this Nexus. Maybe that's his plan. Wait as long as he can here, then just recall over to his Nexus, because he's going to have a lot more warp-ins by that point. I mean, Blitztown can never really rebuild in this scenario. A couple of Zealots in from behind, going to clean up some Marines, and this is pretty nice. I mean, anything Blitztown, anything Grey Warden can pick off at all here is going to be fantastic for him. Does he even have a mothership core? No, so he can't actually recall out of here. He's building one, so now maybe it kind of comes to his attention that he doesn't have a mothership core. He's still picking away at things here, as it's going to go full on base raid mode for Blitztown. There's just so many Vikings though. I mean, 16 Vikings. Grey Warden pulling back for the Stalkers again. Now his army is under fire. Now this mothership core has got about 40 seconds until it can recall, and that would be huge. If he can recall out to this Nexus, this could completely change the game. If he can recall all of his probes and everything out of here, and just start mining at this new nexus? Maybe that is how he wins this game. Maybe it is. It's going to be really weird, really kind of scary until that recall is available. He's got a lot of probes here. I guess he doesn't really need to bring all of them from the natural as well. He just needs to get over here. He's well on the way to maxing out, in fact. 179 out of 200. Continuing to warp in Templar. Can all of the army even fit in one recall right now? A command center is found up here by a Zealot. That mothership core is 95 energy. It looks as though he's recalling. He's going to recall out of here. So he's just going to get out of here with pretty much everything he can. It would seem. Here come the rest of the probes. So he's literally just going to take everything he can. Bye-bye. And now he's over here. Wow. And now he can start mining, adding on pylons, and just defending in a completely new position. And that is huge. That is absolutely huge right now. Blitztower has still 44 SCVs, so he's still got a lot of SCVs somewhere. Okay, so whoa, Blitztower's actually already mining here. What on earth are we watching? We're seeing a complete base trade. This command center orbital command may actually burn down. I like this though. Look at this Grey Warden is continuing to move forward here. And both of these guys, I mean, if he moves forward, he can start picking off this production. I guess he doesn't really know where exactly his opponent's army is, which is a little bit scary. Blitztower's done up a ton of depots over here, so he's going to try and land this orbital command so he can repair it up. And this is an absolutely ridiculous game at the moment. Grey Warden is just like standing in the middle of the map. He's got another Nexus actually finished up here already, adding on a ton of pylons. And we're just going to see a complete reset of this game. I like this though. Look at this Dark Shrine. Now this is smart. The Dark Shrine can do a lot of damage here in this game as well, he's going to lose a lot of pylons here, so it's going to be a while until he can really warp anything else in other than just pylons. But I mean, if Grey Warden comes down this south side and comes in here, he's going to be able to kill off all of these depots. There's no army in position to deal with this. Vikings can maybe deal with the Colossi, but that's about it. So as long as the Colossi stay back, it should be okay. Scan comes down, reveals where the army is. Of course, I mean, now the tank's on siege, so it's a much different fight to what it was previously. And Grey Warden doesn't fight too far into this. As Zealot has found this orbital command here as well, it's slowly starting to pick away at that. As both players, I mean, Grey Warden's still got a Nexus and gateways over here. It's kind of hard because, I mean, Blitztower is actually struggling to defend all locations right now. And he's going to lose a couple of barracks, and I mean, maybe 2 barracks isn't the end of the world, but I mean, he's still going to have to rebuild production at some point if he wants to keep building stuff. Grey Warden kind of needs to build up his tech over here. He's added on a robo facility. He's got a Dark Shrine. I'm taking a double robo facility on the way. I think a Dark Shrine would be good. Sorry, I think Temple Archives would be good. Keep getting them Archons. He's got a Dark Shrine already if he does want to make more Archons already. Wow, this is a little bit crazy right now. These units just sitting out of range of this, just in range of the sensor tower. But Blitztower's kind of just stuck on this one base. This orbital command is actually about to burn down because he's not repairing with his mules. Double drop on the way, and that could be kind of disastrous. Oh no. That's a huge mistake here. So he loses one of his orbitals. That is a big, big mistake. Double drop will find this base to the bottom right. And Grey Warden will have... I mean, he's got to begin dealing with this in some way. Colossi moving forward here, taking a couple of shots of damage. Blinks forward, he gets a Viking there. As these medevacs are just scouting out. They want to find out where's the best place to drop around this part of town. And now Grey Warden will be forced to fall back home. So taking some damage here. A couple of DTs warped in though. And these will definitely help to clean up this drop. And in fact, that was dealt with pretty nicely. I'm so surprised he's not come over here and just started cleaning this out. A Raven being added on right now, which is actually going to be useful against the Dark Templar. What the fuck is this game, says Nehi in the chat. I don't know. I really, really don't know right now. Like, this is absolutely crazy as an observer for Grey Warden will just stay alive. What's he doing with this double robo? Nothing just yet. He's actually very reluctant to spend his money. I mean, considering his bank, Grey Warden's in a fantastic position because he can remax very quickly. And that, of course, is very important. Of course, he's on 3 bases as well right now. A single refinery remains in the original main base of Blitztower. He was beginning to move out here. He is beginning to move out Roboway, Templar Archives, and Forge on the way. Got to remember the upgrades as well. I mean, 3-1 for Grey One, so at all points he's kind of been ahead in upgrades for a long, long time. As tanks on siege and they begin to move forward at the moment, and see where let's see where these tanks are even going to go. Like, not even too sure. They're just this whole army. I guess he just wants to try and lay siege to another base here, but Grey One's just going to kind of say, well, cool. I'm just going to swap base again. And I mean, he doesn't really know where his opponent is, and that's the problem for him. He doesn't really have eyes on his opponent's army, and I like this, though. Some Zealots coming over here, and this is actually going to be really hard for, Blitztower to deal with. He has to fall all the way back. He does see this army here, and he just send a few units forward. Ah! Grey Warden, yes, escape. That's exactly what he needs to do. These units are stimming at you to deal with these Zealots, which have done a little bit of damage here. Grey Warden still maxed out. What's he opening now? Some more Templar. He's got Storm on the way. Storm's going to be huge. I've not even thought about Storm in this game. Like, well, imagine he had Storm originally. Maybe he could have broke out. I mean, Storm's just going to be huge against this kind of army, right? As these tanks come in, oh, Grey Warden, he doesn't want to fight just yet. I think, I mean, well, he just wants to keep waiting, right? He just, you know, the longer he waits, the better of a situation he's in, because the more money he's mined. He's going to maybe try and come in now from behind before these tanks siege up. And, okay, he's going to commit. There's a storm, a huge storm on the army, and oh my god, Grey Warden's going to just massacre this. Everything's going to be destroyed, and GG, it all comes down to that. He took his opportunity. I was thinking, wait for storm. And he did actually have it. He had Storm. Oh my god, he has Storm just at the very end, just as he went in. And it was the perfect time. The tanks weren't completely sieged yet. It was the perfect opportunity for him to just leap in and do the damage, drop the Storms just as it finished. It was just in time. And wow, what a game number 5 that was. And Team MiA take themselves onto match point here as we wait to see who the final player from Against All Authority will be. Guys, thank you for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the show. We've got at least one more game tonight, if not 2. For some reason, we've disappeared off of the Team Liquid sidebar. I don't know why that's happened, but we haven't dropped any frames, have we? God, this seems to be happening more and more lately. It just seems to be dropping from the Team Liquid calendar for no reason at all. It's very annoying. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. We're going into our next game in a few moments' time, either on Foxtrot Labs or Deadwing. It's going to be probably Chubbs, because Chubbs is sat here in the lobby, so we could be seeing some PvP. Guys, we'll be going into this game in a few moments, so don't go too far. This is the SC2 Improved Team League Season 3, MiA versus Against All Authority. Alright, let's cut the music and let's just go straight into game number 6, guys, because this game is starting up right now. In the lower right hand corner, we have the pink Protoss player from Team Against All Authority. It's Chubbs looking to bring his team 2 games in a row to bring them to victory here today. Can he force the ace match against Team MiA? Or will the teal Protoss player in the upper left hand corner, who just played one hell of a PVT, will he just close the series out right here, right now? It's Grey Warden, the teal Protoss player from Team Missing in action in the upper left hand corner. How is the chat doing? Some Storm good unit, always a good thing to see, you know. Things are going pretty much as expected if people are complaining about Protoss. So looks as though the chat's doing well. Shout out to a couple of guys, Miss Sonek and DS Bloop Darkstar Bloop. If you guys haven't seen Bloop play in the Team League before, he's a pretty strong Terran player. Thank you guys for the follows on the Twitch channel. Following is such a great way to support SC2 Improved, guys, because Grey Warden, does he not know it's cross only? I guess he does not. Probably because he has this map viewered. So yeah. What was I saying? Yes, so following is such a great way to support the SC2 Improve events, because it's you see when we go live again. It means that if you follow us, you generally want to see when we go live again, and if you see when we go live again, you're more likely to come and check out the streams again in the future. And that's what it's all about. We're all about growing the community, growing SC2 Improve, and putting on bigger and better tournaments for you guys to watch and even take part in. So yeah, very exciting times as we have Corona Boost coming out on a Mothership core for both players in double gas right now. No real surprises here, and just a single gateway for both of these guys at the start of the game as well. So looking to see some fairly quick tech out of both of these players to get things off and rolling here on Foxtrot Labs. Now I'm a little bit worried for Grey Warden, because it looked as though he doesn't really play this map very often, as he did scout to the top right despite spawning in top left. So a little bit worried about him. Looks as though Chubbs may go for a little bit of proxy action, or may just be keeping this probe on the map just to pile on up later in the game, as we do have a Twilight Council actually on the way for him back at home, while Grey Warden does opt for the Stargate. So yeah. Mothership Core is actually both moving around right now, trying to see if they can spot anything. It's going to be Grey Warden who's gone on a much more direct route with his Mothership Core to get towards the main base of his opponent a lot faster to see that Twilight Council. This Mothership Core for Chubb should see the same thing though. He's still moving across the map here, so he should be able to get into this main base without too much of an issue at all. Double gates, 2 extra gates being added on for either player on either side of the map right now. As Grey One will get in here, he will see the Twilight Council chrono boosting, and that will be all the information he needs as 1 probe kill and a recall out. Maybe even a 2nd probe kill and a recall out. Maybe even going to try and get a 3rd. Grey Warden left that until the very last second. Of course, he knew what was up, so he knew he was going to be able to get away with that. Bit of a Stalker war going on here as well. Both Stalkers taking the same amount of hits. Grey Warden closer to home, has a 2nd Stalker closer on hand though. And this is actually going to allow Chubbs to pick up a couple of worker kills and now even head towards a 3rd worker kill. And he's going to have to be a little bit more careful with this Mothership Core than his opponent was, because there is 2 Stalkers hitting down on this, and boom! It escapes. Isn't it so exciting watching the Motherships just go really, really low on health? Whoa, a 4th gateway here added on by Chubbs, so he's really going to get aggressive with this Twilight, with this Blink aggression. As Grey Warden just trying to expand right now, and Oracle already out on the map for him. Once he sees these Blink Stalkers though, he's going to feel like, whoa, what am I going to do here? May even have to start a Void Ray just for defense. He does have a robot facility on the way, which he can use to get Immortals out kind of quickly, but that's a little while away right now. He sees a lot of Stalkers here, and he will see, well, he will not see that 4th gateway just yet, but he will see the lack of an expansion, so you'll probably know he's going to have to be a little bit defensive here for the next few moments. It's a good thing he kept that Mothership Core alive, because it is rebuilding the energy to go into a Photon Overcharge when necessary. So, Chubbs is actually still back at home. He's still waiting before going in here. Before trying to get, before moving across the map, I should say. Leaving a few Stalkers behind to make sure this Oracle's not going to do any damage at all. And he actually blinks forward here to start picking this off, and he does drop the Envision onto this army. He sees the 4th gateway, so actually immediately here Grey One going to get some nice information now that this really is a very aggressive attack coming in from his opponent. Does he cancel the Nexus on the low ground? I don't think he does actually. I think he's right to let that finish. I think let it finish. You can use the Photon Overcharge down there if it's ready in time. As Chubbs will now move forward with his first few Stalkers. First Immortal on the way here, so it's not looking all too bad here for Grey Warden. As here comes the Photon Overcharge, and with the Photon Overcharge he'll move forward with the rest of his units as well. Chubbs is actually just going to keep committing onto this Nexus here. He reckons he can take this down, and I mean, he's going to force Grey Warden to keep coming forward here. This Immortal will help as well against this. Force field's dropped, and Chubbs forced to completely blink away. That Nexus left on half hit points, and that is going to be a pretty vulnerable target for the rest of this game now. Really needs to start Chrono Boosting there to get the shields to regen a little bit faster, as a single Immortal here will help to push this Stalker group back. And it does so for now. Grey Warden actually leading by about 7 workers. Of course, he's got this Nexus as well, which is always valuable to note. Comes in, he picks off another worker, gets out of there before actually losing the Oracle. Force field coming down once again, a 2nd Immortal now, and things just get harder and harder for Chubbs, who loses his Mothership Core as well. And that was not a good thing. This is not looking good for Chubbs at all. In fact, he's continuing to warp in. He's going to keep trying to just break this here. It's going to be very, very difficult for him though, as these Immortals are just going to keep shredding through these Stalkers. And look at this, every time he comes forward, I mean, he's got a couple more Stalkers, but he also just loses hit points on a lot of them as well. Getting some sentries in here now, going to be looking for the force fields to trap these Immortals in front of the rest of the army. And this isn't good at all. He's going to get the force fields perfectly here, so he can pick off these Immortals without too many losses. So 2 Immortals will probably go down. 1 Immortal's fallen, the 2nd Immortal taking a while to go down here, but another Immortal comes out. He lost a lot of Stalkers to do this, and he doesn't have force fields to do that kind of maneuver again here. So coming forward once again, looking for another fight and see if it's going to be enough. But I think with this Immortal again, Grey Warden will just hold on a little bit longer. And looks as though that sentry may get chased down. It's just going to escape here. A couple of Zealots being left, being sent on the counterattack. Stalkers still left in the main base of Chubbs though to deflect the Oracle. So it looks as though they're not going to be able to be. They're probably not going to achieve too much, although they probably could still target down a couple of probes. Come in with the Oracle at the same time, and I don't see why you couldn't do some damage, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Come in onto the workers in the gas, and Yeah, Stalker's pulling forward here. At the same time, pushing forward once again onto this Nexus. Even so close to getting that Nexus still. As Grey Warden dances around. He has lost his Oracle, but he actually trades quite well against these Stalkers. He nearly kills one of them. And another Warping of Zealots actually maybe could get them. There's two Immortals here gonna start fighting, and Chubbs actually just calls GG. He doesn't think he can fight anymore, and I mean, looking at the supplies, I guess he was right to do so. He wasn't going to be able to break through. And Grey Warden take MiA's second victory this season, the first victory they've won through actually playing. Again, they've won against Star Team with a 3-win. They've come so close. 3-4 against APSC2 eStar, 2-4 against Red Bloods. Now to get a 4-2 victory against Season 2 round of 8 team against All Authority. That's going to be a big confidence boost for them in the league, and I'm sure that's going to help them out quite a bit going into next week's game as well. Next week, who do they play against next week? Who do both teams play against next week? Let's get you guys that information. So next week, they will go up against week 6. MiA go up against Darkstar. So that's actually a nice victory this week to get them hopes up against Darkstar, a team they definitely can take on if they go into it with the right mindset. Against All Authority, go up against APSC2 eStar, and that will be a difficult match for them there. So yeah, GG's. Thanks for the games to both the teams. Congratulations to Team MiA. And commiserations to against All Authority, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been an absolute pleasure casting for you tonight. If you enjoyed the show, hit the follow button. As a little bit of a preview of what's coming up this week, we have tomorrow Carnage Esports against Carnage Esports against Vegas Squadron, which should be a fantastic match. Let me just very quickly reorder my calendar so that I get it all in alphabetical order, aka in the correct dates. Nope, I fucked up, haven't I? You know why that is? Because you don't order it by time, you order it by date. Clever Wardy. So tomorrow, Carnage Esports against Vegas Squadron. On Friday, we're actually going to see Carnage Esports against New Era Gaming. Saturday is not got a match scheduled just yet, and neither does Sunday, although I'm sure, I think Red Bloods versus Cascade may be taking place on Sunday, so that's something we'll be trying to get into as well. Once again, guys, thanks for tuning in. Make sure to hit the follow button so you see when we go live. If you want to support us even further than that, there's the option to subscribe to the Twitch channel, which gives you a bunch of benefits, and there's the option to donate to us as well, which is on the screen every few seconds here as the image capture loops around. So, guys, thank you once again for tuning in. This was SC2 Improved Team League. It's been an absolute pleasure. Going to run a single set of ads on the outro, and if you have the time to stick around for those with your ad block off, it is much appreciated. It does all go towards funding the 4th season of the SC2 Improved Team League, which plans are already underway for. Guys, thank you for tuning in. We'll be back here tomorrow. It's been an absolute pleasure. Good night, and enjoy the outro music. Hopefully we get a good song. Let's hope we do. Good night, guys. Thank you for watching.